good morning. You are listening to The Vibe, and as promised, we have a very interesting conversation for you all about cricket in Kenya. Joining me, of course, is my co-host today, Mitesh. Mitesh, how are you doing?
Absolutely fine. Delighted to be back, in spite of a week. Like you mentioned, we've got two very special guests joining us. It's Cricket Kenya, the hot topic, and Radio44 is here to unlock all the questions that the city, the viewers, the listeners, the fans have.
Yes, and in studio we do have with us from Cricket Kenya, we have Manoj Patel, who's going to be answering all the questions that you've been sending in, and of course the ones that we've compiled. So much to get into. Stay with us. We shall be beginning in just a few short minutes after this one by AP DeLong. Good morning to you. You're listening to Radio 44. Yes, we are, of course, right here on radio44.co.ke all over the world, and you can absolutely catch us on 100.8 FM here in Nairobi. I'm Maalika. Joining me is Mitesh, and on The Vibe today, we are having that all-important conversation about where cricket is in Kenya. All right, joining us, of course, from the Cricket Kenya is Manoj Patel, and we've also got Michael Riwa with us, who's going to jump in from the county side with some of our inquiries that we have today. Mitesh, how's it going? And of course, welcome to Mr. Manoj. How are you feeling today?
Thank you, Mitesh and Maalika, for inviting today. I'll introduce myself as you've already done. My name is Manoj, and Chairman Cricket Kenya. Thank you very much.
Mr. Manoj, welcome to Radio 44, and it's been a pleasure having you. We'll just start by, could you tell us the composition of Cricket Kenya board and who currently sits on the board? Because we've seen a lot of news going around, but we want you to clarify who sits on the board as of today.
Okay, currently, as you all know, we were elected 5 elected members. That is the chairman, myself, vice chairman, who has currently resigned, and the treasurer, who is on a suspended, Mr. Kalpesh. But we have Kennedy Oguya, who is acting treasurer. Then we have a woman rep. So we are 5 of us sitting. Then we have 5 co-opted members, who we were having 5 co-opted members. Which terms are expired, I think I can explain later on. So these are the people, and currently we have 11 more members who are elected. I think we can talk later about it.
All right. So, Mr. Manoj, there's been, like you've expressed, this is what is the current status of the members of the board. Now, many are asking, and one of the listener questions that we had is, what is the job description of the chair exactly?
Job description of the chair, I think people who are asking may be not aware about the constitutions. For me, I don't need to brief more about it, because as per the constitutions, the chair, he is the pilot, he is the main pilot, and the flight starts with him and stops with him. In short, I will answer that.
Brilliant. So just to follow up on what you just mentioned, how are decisions made at the board level? Is it a collective decision? Are the decisions, contracts signed by one person, or can any party represented from the boards tie Cricket Kenya to any agreement?
Yes, no, it is not by one person. We have an executive board there that we call the elected people. They make the decision. It's whatever comes through the CEO, he brings to the board, to the executive board members. And it comes from them, not by individual person.
And how many executive board members are there?
We have 5, as I said, elected. But one he's suspended, and vice chairman he's resigned, and that's it. And together with the corporate board members.
All right. Now I'd like to bring you in, Michael, because there was this meeting on Sunday, yes, right? Exactly. And the question being that it reinstated Mr. Patel. Did it?
Yes,
in that
it
meeting?
reinstated Mr. Patel.
Yes.
The council, according to Article 8.1 of the Constitution of Cricket Kenya, the council is the supreme organ of Cricket Kenya. So in case there are any discrepancies, in case there are any differences, even in the board, the council has the powers to sit and make a decision. So when the council sat, they made a resolution that Mr. Manoj Patel is still the chairman of Cricket Kenya. Because if any decision is made, it is for the board who can make a recommendation to the council that there are differences, there is an acrimony. And then when that one is done, it is now the council to make the final decision, which was not done. So when the council sat, they found it null and void, and reinstated Mr. Manoj Patel as the chairman of Cricket Kenya. Thank you.
All right. So as a county representative, of course, you've given us the entire constitutional mandate behind that decision, and that is where we stand today. And Mr. Manoj Patel is still the chairman for Cricket Kenya, as you have clarified with us as per Sunday and what transpired at the meeting.
That was the resolution.
All right. Now, we still have lots more questions to get into with the chairman and more. So stay with us. Your questions have come through. We want to ensure they are all answered. All right, we've been going around with the Gagra right there, coming at you on Radio 44. It's time to carry on this conversation all about Cricket Kenya. And of course, now that we know that he is reinstated, we do have the Cricket Kenya chairman, Manoj Patel, with us. Mitesh, how would you proceed? What is the next big question for Mr. Patel?
Great. So look, for the past 1 month, there's been a lot of fallout in terms of where board members are heading towards. Could you tell us what's the reason for these differences in the board, and who is fighting who, and for what?
I think it's a difficult and a simple one. Current situation which we are having, as you can see, some letters have gone out through the chairman, or through the reason it has to go through the office, the CEO. But now currently CEO, he has been sent on compulsory leave. So he's not supposed to send anything, so those are, and we have some board members, the co-opted board members, I will say, whose term is over, and they are not ready to digest it. So it's like some people have nothing to lose because, they know they are not there. So those are the unnecessary things, and that's why I thank you guys to give me the opportunity to come into your studio and give the message to people what exactly going on. So these are the things, and the final resolution was the council, to call the council, and we called the council, and council has made their decision, which the terms of people which is over the co-opted members, they have, I think they signed themselves, they renewed their contract, which is unconstitutionally. I will not talk more about the constitution. So there is a fight now amongst ourselves. But the thing is, the people remaining here currently, after that, before we had the meeting SGM, it was only the chair, treasurer and woman rep. Because as I said, the treasurer was suspended. Though we have Kennedy Obuya, who is the acting treasurer. And there was supposed to be a by-election for the vice chairman, which we still don't have. So the all things are going about is about the positions and people to get their places back for personal benefits. That's it.
Great. You mentioned about the CEOs. What I want to find out, or what I would like to ask, and this is a question that has also come from one of our listeners, is the paid staff that are in cricket board. This could include the CEO, the development directors, and maybe the coaches. What sort of accountability controls do you have for this? In terms of any KPIs, if I may put it, like performance, how does one gauge the performance of this paid staff?
Okay, there is now, when you talk about CEO, he reports to the executive board members. And when we say the DD, as per the protocol, the DD, development director, he does his job up to the county level, the development, whatever, nothing apart from that. And then he reports to the CEO, and CEO reports to the board. And CEO, he's the boss of the office, and he takes care about the running of the office, which is the salaries of the people, the rents, you can call it, or etc. so and so. So that is it. Yeah.
All right. Now, recently we saw Mr. Walter appointed as acting CEO, right? So, what was the process followed in order to instate him?
Okay, we had an SGM on 21st, if I'm not wrong, 21st, and they were a CEO, our a former CEO, I'll say, Mr. Ronald Bukusi, he was sent on a compulsory leave by the council, not by the chairman or by the board, by the council. So now, the place cannot stay empty. You must have there is a process of getting a CEO, like 45 days notice or gazetted. There is a big process about it, as per the constitution. But now the place cannot stay empty, and council appointed acting CEO in that SGM by voting majority numbers of the votes among themselves, the council. So that was a process used here.
Why was the previous CEO thrown out of position?
Okay, I will say that was misuse of the office, and there are so many allegations, which I believe he will be given enough chance to defend himself, because he's not suspended. He's on a compulsory leave, so he'll be given enough chance. The council now, okay, we have a board, as I said. The members with the co-opted members we had, Tariq Iqbal, Thomas Odoyo, Beryl, and 2 more. Their term is over, and there are 11 more who has brought into the board now to sit with the board, and we are trying to have a soonest first board meeting, and the board will decide to form what do we call it? A committee, investigation committee, you call it, or which will be very transparent. Okay, none of the board member will be sitting there. Someone like ex-judge or wakil who will be there with 1 or 2 board members. So they'll be interrogated. They'll be given enough chance, the allegations, and they have to prove on that. Yeah.
A question leading to what you've just mentioned. The CEO has been sent on compulsory leave. Who has made that decision? Because yesterday there was news that has just come out that the acting treasurer, Kennedy Obuya, is also been sent on leave. So he's no longer the acting treasurer. You may correct that. But who is making these decisions? Because you said it's a collective board decision as a representative of Cricket Kenya. For the listeners out there, what do they believe, and who is making these decisions?
So here is a tricky one. As I said, it's like some people have nothing to lose here because they know they are no more there and they have nothing to lose. So it's like, some matters have no legs and heads. It's matope, we can call it. It's just allegations throwing mud to each other. But me being a chairman, I was shocked because today early morning I saw that message flying all around that Treasurer Kennedy Obuya, acting Treasurer Kennedy Obuya is suspended. So who suspended him? I think that's your question. I should not question you. So the only power who is having to suspend him is the council. Okay, me even being a chairman, I cannot suspend a treasurer. So it's the only council who has that power. So I think those are just the rumors. There is no heads and legs about those things. It's just nonsense. Yeah.
Okay. So we have, pretty much had a deep dive into the board leadership right now. And when we come back, we'll be talking all about the CKT20 launch and the AOS tournament. All right. So do stay right here on Radio 44. Very good morning. You are tuned into The Vibe right here on Radio 44 with me, Manoj Patel, Chairman of Cricket Kenya, and of course my co-host Mitesh Maalika, as we continue this very important conversation all about Cricket Kenya.
Great. CKT20 launch last month on the 27th of August. The chairman was not present during that event. Why should Kenyans take this tournament seriously when the leadership of Cricket Kenya was not there to honor the event?
I think that's interesting. Yes, I was not present. There were a couple of reasons. One, I was not around, and two was I was voted as a vote of no confidence. Okay, so even if I was there, I could have preferred not to be there. The reason was vote of no confidence, and as I said, I was not even around. Yeah, that was the reason. But the launch was done very officially after signing the contracts, and everything was going. I was aware, obviously, I was aware of being the chairman, but it was done so nicely, and that's it.
Okay, Manoj, there's been a lot of queries that have come into us from listeners about the foreign partner that was to come in for the CKT20, that is AOS. Now, many are asking, who are AOS? Who are the owners? And what role does Cricket Kenya play in that collaboration that they had?
AOS, they are the sponsors. It's not they came to Kenya. It is we brought them because we need the sponsorships here. Currently, as you know, where we are standing, apart from ICC funding, we need more and more non-ICC funding incomes. Yeah, so our try is to bring more and more sponsors in our country for our boys to benefit and for our cricket to benefit. So it is us, it is me, myself as a chairman, knowing AOS since long time, and I really did my best to bring them. But because things went very well, I didn't wanted any conflicts there because the sponsors were brought by the chairman. So what I did, I went to India like having 4-5 meetings with them, 4 to 5 times, and he also came to Kenya like 2, 3, 4 times, yes, and because he was a serious sponsor. He's not a hanky-panky guy. So the procedure went very well, and we had a contract accepted by the board members. We discussed it in several times in a board meetings, and finally it was approved in acknowledgement of each and every board members. So he came in as per the protocols, procedures, and we brought him.
So just for somebody who's never heard of AOS, how would you give them a background of them?
AOS is a company, okay, and apart from cricket, in fact, I think cricket is going to be for them is the first time, but they are doing about the rallies and the football and some other things, okay. But in Africa countries, it's first time for them to come.
When the board signed this contract with AOS that you mentioned, was there any due diligence done on who AOS owners are? What's their intention? You mentioned that they are in other sports. But for the sake of cricket, and I mean, when you're signing up such I guess a multi-million contract, you must have done some due diligence?
Yes, we did. We did all the necessary things, and because nowadays, many people comes, but you have to do due diligence, as you said, to know, because somebody just can come and mention millions of things and give you the offers, but at the end, we have examples of our neighbor countries. The tournament starts and it never ends. So those are the problems for the bigger countries like India, Australia. They even somebody runs away in between, they have that power to finish the tournament. So what ICC asks is about a guarantee. Some tournaments you need ICC approval, and some domestic tournaments kind of you just need a blessing, their blessing, no approvals. So we did all those things, and to assure, we even asked them for the commitment, which from our side we did $25,000, which was said from our side, and they fulfilled it. They paid us in our official account of Cricket Kenya. So on our side, whatever we asked them, they have fulfilled all the requirements.
So if everything the way you've explained is quite glossy, what went wrong after the launch of the tournament? Why has there been two sides of the board? Why has there been so much noise around this?
I think that will be okay. First of all, I'll avoid the personal attacks or whatever. But there's nothing personal. I think I'm here. The reason I'm here to give a message to people, the reason behind it, because most of people, they don't know the actual reason. But as I'm saying, it's a political reason now. At the time when chairman was vote of no confidence on chairman, and it was shocking. It was one against all. Yeah, but then it was supposed to be ratified from the council, which they didn't do. Okay, it started from there, and in between, our vice chairman who resigned. So the by-election was to be happen there, and I'll not mention the name, but the party decided to bring someone on their favor, whatever political wise I'll say, and there's nothing wrong to say it was Mr. Bhavesh, who was to come by. And as per the law, as per the constitution, if there is no, if the only person is there unopposed, automatically he comes as a vice chair. Yeah, and the whole plan was, the person who can come the next year is, if chairman is, they had a lot of plans about it, removing the way treasurer was removed, and then the vice chairman resigned by getting so much of pressures, and the next plan was to remove the chairman. And now if someone is there on their favor, chairman is removed, now the vice chairman comes into the seat of chairman. So that was happening, and all of a sudden opponent come here, that is David Obuya. So there where it started now. So again I'm saying, it's for the other day, it was a political reason why the split begins in ourselves in the board. Yeah.
You mentioned about Cricket Kenya receiving, I think, $25,000 as a commitment from the potential sponsor AOS. Should this tournament not kickstart? Does Cricket Kenya indemnify itself from this loss or potential loss?
Number one, okay, I'll just say there is no reason for not kicking off the tournament or not starting this tournament. I don't see any reason. The reason can be, number one, is some are saying the bookies and whatever, if it is officially said by the ICC or whatever, which is, as I'm saying, it is all bullshit going around. So that's not a reason. Number two, if they are not capable, which they are. Number three, you can say no to someone if you have option 1, 2, 3. Like, okay, what is the reason we don't go for AOS? There should be a reason. Do we have option 2, 3, 4? No, we don't have. Is that they have not fulfilled their commitment? No, they have. They have done. So there is no way the tournament will not go. Yeah.
You mentioned having options for Cricket Kenya to partner with a potential sponsor. There has been some sort of news going around that there is a potential partner that could be unveiled anytime later this year. Could you please give us that insight of that, if as chairman you know about that?
You said could be, so where the news are coming on, and obviously from the board only, they are giving their statements, but why are they not mentioning the name? There is no, this is a public office. If you have option 2, if there is a partner could be coming in, who is it? Who is it? So we would like to know that. But believe me, there is nothing like that. Okay, if you say that way, we have brought up a sponsor of 50 million shilling officially on paper, which even chairman has not seen the paper, of 50 million shilling. The CEO, he signed himself a contract of 50 million shilling. Can you believe that? And we only heard about, we means being a chairman. I myself being a chairman and other board members, we heard about it. CEO signed a contract of 50 million shilling, and when I say, obviously with the proof I'm talking, not on the air. So these are very funny things going around. CEO and some individual members signed a contract or approved a contract, chairman having no knowledge about it, or a treasurer having no knowledge. So those should be a question for us to question them to. Yeah.
So are you saying that there would be tournaments or contracts with potential sponsors signed off where the chairman is not aware of?
Yeah, that is what has been happening. As I said, gave you one example of 50 million shilling sponsorship signing, which chairman was just passed message, but chairman never saw the draft or even of that contract.
So if those vendors of those contracts, the potential sponsors, take Cricket Kenya for legal action, how as the board are you prepared to fight that out?
So now you see, that is the reason now the CEO has been sent on compulsory leave. There are so many things. He is not, again I'm repeating, he is not suspended. He is sent on compulsory leave for him to answer all these allegations I will say allegation until it's not proved. Okay, so that is the main reason he's sent on compulsory leave.
All right, that is where we're at right now. We carry on this conversation, your questions answered right here, all about Cricket Kenya. Good morning. It's 47 past 8 and we are still having this important conversation. I'm Maalika. Joining me is my co-host Mitesh. He is our resident sports aficionado. And of course, we have a Cricket Kenya chairman, Manoj Patel, still answering the big questions. Now, Manoj, I believe you've been chairman for about 3 years now. And we know that ICC sends annual funding, right? So within your tenure, how much has been received? Where has it gone? Because there's many questions that we've gotten from our listeners about how much of it has gone into grassroots development, in county cricket, in facilities for the national team, or even player welfare.
Okay, the fundings we receive from the ICC, I'll not mention the figure, but whatever we receive from the ICC, normally it goes to the functional of the for the Cricket Kenya. You can say it, the office rents, and the staff salary, and the development areas, most of it. Most should go to the development areas, yeah.
Any percentage-wise you could give us, like?
Yeah, there are percentage, and I think it could have been better to be answered by the treasurer or the CFO, that one.
You mentioned about development of funds going towards development. Could you give me some sort of example as to how the game has developed in the last 3 years under your leadership? And what sort of facilities do the current team that's playing qualifiers in Zimbabwe this week, what facilities do they have over here? I mean, because that's basically all the funding that comes from ICC goes towards development. And what's the staff, players' welfare looking like?
Okay, for the counties, I'll say, you see, the challenge we have now, before all this, we say cricket we have in Kenya since last 100 plus years. And all those years, the cricket remained only in 3 counties. That was Mombasa, Nairobi and Nakuru. But as per the new constitution, the minimum counties which were supposed to be registered, and that was 24 counties. So at least I'm glad, I'm proud that under my chairmanship, 24 counties now we are taking care of it. So the amount now, the cricket equipments you call it, or to the development programs which it take to the different counties in 24 counties. Yeah, and by the way, in that 24 counties, Nairobi, Mombasa is not included because in that time they were not able to register themselves. So apart from them, we have 24 counties. So the development programs are going on in all 24 counties. And I believe people says it's a briefcase county, whatever. They are allowed. People are allowed to say. As I said, if cricket is going on since last 100 years, and this is now the term, the cricket has started spreading into the counties. You don't expect them to give you a national players all of a sudden in the first term. They will take time. So if you calculate 100 years, and I believe if we give them another 4, 5, 6 years, you will find seeing under 13, under 15, under 17, under 19 boys from those counties. As I said, nothing happens overnight. But at least we have started from somewhere. Yeah.
In terms of the facilities available, training facilities, what has your board done to provide for the current team? Because we've seen results have not been the most favorable for the team. Can you pin that down to lack of potential international matches, practice matches with, say, test playing nations or high profile tournaments?
Okay, that doesn't come under the ICC fund. The question now you are asking, what we provide them, our boys, yeah? That's not, it doesn't come. That now comes non-ICC income. That's why we look for the sponsors now. As when I became a chairman, as you see, my target was to give the maximum matches. The reason only you can bring back your cricket where it was before. We automatically qualified for the World Cups. We played like 4, 5 plus World Cups apart from T20. Now it's a challenge. Believe me, it's a real challenge now. Where we were, where we are, what we were getting, what we are getting. So it is now the only way is to bring non-ICC income. That's why we are bringing someone like AOS. AOS is not the first one. We had so many other sponsors. We had PSS in the beginning. Open Huntley supported us. Pacific Star Sports, Parvez Bhai from Dubai, who was sponsoring, I think, another 6-7 countries. After that, we have Puneet, Dream Catchers, who we have a contract with him. Open contract, whatever we bring, it is us now to bring the maximum matches and the tournaments, bilateral, four nation, whatever. If you remember, once I came in, I brought Nepal. Nepal was ranked 14 or 15th, and we were ranked 30 plus. They came in because of because of me, chairmanship, you will call it, or the relation between the chairmen, because we meet in the ICC meetings, and twice a year we meet. I started, and if you see, first year Nepal coming, we having a four nation, we having a women's four nation, we have bilateral series, So then the problem starts, like individual wants to be everywhere, forget their duties, what their duties are. Someone, I would not like to mention names, but someone wants to be a selector, someone wants to be a coach, someone wants to be already an employee, and wants to be everywhere, forgetting their job. And so that is how it started. But believe me, we need non-ICC income. If we count on ICC matches, we get hardly one tournament a year that is qualifiers. What about remaining months and period?
Great. Talking of remaining months, and we've got more questions that have been lined up, but I think we'll take a commercial break. We all need a breather.
All right, we'll be right back. Thank you for keeping it right here on Radio 44 as the Cricket Kenya conversation continues into this hour. We always have a lot to unpack when it comes to cricket in this country. And of course, still with us is Cricket Kenya Chairman Manoj Patel. We've also got the council representative, Michael Riwa, with us. And, as we get into this hour, gentlemen, now, first of all, Michael, the tournament, the CKT20, to clarify, is still happening?
Yes, I would like to make it very clear today that the cricket T20 tournament is still happening. When it was marred with confusion. The council was made aware that there were some agreements that were made between the sponsor and the board. And it was also clear to the council that a down payment, a commitment fee was done by the sponsor to the tune of $25,000, which interprets to 3.2 million. So this is not pocket money. This is a full commitment to somebody who is serious to sponsor the tournament. So at the end of the day, it comes very clear that a handful of personalities sitting in the board taking advantage of vote of no confidence or putting aside the chairman, which had no approval of the council. The council had now to come in under the constitution of 8.1A to look into the differences in the board. Thereafter, the council took a step to set up an inquiry body to look into the issues that they set up against the chairman. The chairman made his defense in an SGM meeting. He did it in writing. So once we set up a board to inquire about the issues of the chairman, the CEO and the company and group refused to give appointment letters to the inquiry body that we set up to go on, because they had to be given a TOR. So when this one happened, the council smelt a rat upon the CEO and the other board members whose terms had even also expired. So thereafter, we sat, we found that the chairman had nothing to answer and everything was null and void, and we reinstated it. So when we looked into the T20 tournament and realized that there were some discrepancies and the board had its own misfortune, we gave our blessings for the T20 tournament to go on. And in line with that, on the day of the launch, out of 24 counties, 17 counties gave its blessings for the T20 tournament to proceed. Recently, in our last SGM, there was an addition of other 4 counties who joined the bandwagon of the council members, being 21 county members, county representatives. Over 50 council members gave their blessings, their approval for the T20 tournament to proceed. And in line with that, even the government has given its blessings for the T20 to proceed.
Michael, thank you for that clarification. A follow-up question to the chair. That now that there is clarity of the tournament proceeding, when is the potential start date? And do you have enough time to get the relevant ICC sanctioning for this tournament? In a worst case scenario, if this sanction doesn't come on time, do you proceed with the tournament? If you do, what is the implications that ICC could impose on, one, the cricket body, and 2, players who will end up playing for this tournament could also face a ban from ICC, which could jar their future tournaments, their future participation in the game?
Okay, I think here we are talking about 2 different things. ICC approvals. Okay, so the tournament which we are talking about, ICC approval. ICC, they take their time. I think minimum 4 months. Okay, it might take even longer or even before. So that one we are not. The one we are talking about is a domestic tournament, whereby you don't need ICC approvals. Obviously, you need their blessing, but not approvals. So I want to clarify that.
Can
the
you
one
also clarify the meaning of the domestic tournament and what is this tournament that requires an ICC sanctioning?
Okay, ICC sanction, that tournament you need, like, I'll give a simple example, like the Premier Leagues going all around the world. Like example, IPL is there, BPL, Bangladesh Premier League is there, Caribbean Premier League, that kind of tournaments, where I think if more than 4 international player per team are there, you need ICC approval there. But a domestic one, I will say, like we are having Swaminarayan tournament here currently, South Indian tournaments. Okay, they also call the player international, ex-international players who are retired. You can call retired players together with the team players who are not having a test status, the full board member. Okay, so we can call Uganda players, Kenya, Tanzania players. That is what we want to go on about it. And our maximum players, Kenya players, and our Super League players will be involved in that.
And what you've just mentioned, is that the same sort of tournament that has been signed up between AOS and CK20?
Yes, what we have signed is something very huge. What we have signed is completely different. But because we don't know about the approval, how long it is going to take, and we need to keep our boys busy, cricket in Kenya busy. So that is why we requested sponsors to have at least something going on before we get the approvals. So this is a domestic tournament. It's not a ICC approval. That will come later. It might, as I said, it might take 2, 4, 6 months even. Yeah.
Great. I like that clarity. I have a question that has just come in right now from one of the listeners. In the previous session, you mentioned about the funds that come from ICC. If the way you've explained and how it has been utilized, does Cricket Kenya have audited financial statements to support what you've just mentioned as to the utilization of these funds?
Support in which way?
Does Cricket Kenya have audited financial statements to showcase transparency of how these funds have come in from ICC and further gone down into utilization of it? The second question that has just come up is, what is the board doing for the welfare of the team that's currently in Zimbabwe, or the national team players? Let's put it that way.
Yeah. Okay, I think this is now apart from the AOS we are talking now.
Yes.
We are talking about ICC funding, yeah?
Yes. So someone has just asked, ICC funding has come in.
Yeah.
You mentioned about how you utilize those funds.
Yeah.
For transparency purpose, does Cricket Kenya have audited financial statements on an annual basis? And what has Cricket Kenya, the board, done for the current national team players?
Okay, when you talk about the cricket transparency on the finance and the accounts and the auditing, it is supposed to be there. But unfortunately, our office is failing. Like in last AGM, CEO, he failed to present the accounts. And then the SCM was called after 30 days, which was 24th May. So to hide his failure, the allegation started now, throwing on a chairman. Because of those reasons, the chairman has misuse of the fund and so, allegations were there, which was proven, which was defended on my side by challenging that if I am found guilty out of all 10 to 12 allegations, I will resign before leaving the SGM. And they felt, although the meeting was at the Cricket Kenya office, I can give some example, like they said chairman purchased the clothes for national team for $50,000. So my challenge was, we are in the office, kindly bring the invoice. If I am found guilty out of any, even a single allegation, I will resign, which they failed. So these are the hiding their failures. It has been happening, as you said, they are responsible, the CEO and the office CFO, they are responsible. We have a current acting treasurer who is not aware about things happening. As you just asked me about how are we helping our boys have gone for a qualifiers, you will not believe, being a chairman, no news. Being a treasurer, Kennedy Obuya, acting treasurer, has no news. We are seeing from some rumors going around and papers flying all over, saying that Bhavesh gave something and Jackie Jan Mohammed, I respect the lady, Jackie Jan Mohammed, if they have given, I salute, but why are they supposed to give?
So
Is that we don't have a fund? We have funding.
So what has Cricket Kenya done for the welfare of these players? Why would someone else need to come out openly and say that we've funded the team, but there's the board that's sitting? Can you showcase what Cricket Kenya has done to support these boys? Because at the end of the day, we want Kenyan cricket to flourish, and for them to do good on the pitch, they need some financial backing up, which comes from you directly.
Yeah. Yes, you are right. So that is the thing I don't understand. Being a chairman and even an acting treasurer, we don't understand that who went in a field to ask for a funding. Were we not having a funding? Me being a chairman, I know we have funding. But since last 24th May, I have not even called to sign even a single check. So I don't know the current position of account, what we are having. But what I know, we have money in account. Yeah, CEO runs all over here and there. And another funny thing CEO did was they passed the resolution running to the bank and putting his name as a signatory without chairman knowledge. You know, so these are the things. That is why he sent on a compulsory leave to come back. Again, I'm saying he's not suspended. The funny things are happening, and he's answerable for that. Yeah.
Great. I think we have some more few questions to come after this short commercial break. Stay tuned into Radio 44.
On Radio 44, we're all about the conversations that you want to hear. And right now, we are still talking Cricket Kenya. We've got Chairman of Cricket Kenya, Manoj Patel, like I mentioned earlier, with me. And, Manoj, how would you describe your current relationship with the Nairobi County Cricket Association? Previously, you mentioned domestic cricket. Let's get right into it with that one.
Yes. Currently, relation with them, current is not good. We started well with them. And as I would like to inform a few important things about NPCA, now is NCCA. 90+% of cricket, I would call even 99% cricket comes from Nairobi, out of all the counties. And the giving back to cricket, you call it, or the performance wise, everything, yeah. Leadership wise, everything, it comes from NPCA. That is a major county body we have here in Kenya currently. We started very well with them. We promised them to support them in a sponsorship or in a fundings, which we did. But once again, we have fell them down. In fact, we even formed a subcommittee called Elite National Team, which they were not taking any decision on that, but they were sitting a top body who takes care information about all other remaining counties. And things were, believe me, going really very well, because the most experience, as I'm saying, the other counties we are calling 24, they don't have experience. They are baby counties. But this the county we have, Nairobi here, NK, Tota, the chairman himself, and other, I don't need to mention their name. They were sitting there, things. They were really helping Cricket Kenya a lot. But again, I'm saying some of individual started feeling that political wise that they might take their positions or whatever. They just disbanded that subcommittee. Okay, apart from there, they had no problems about getting disbanded. But then again, us failing to give them what we promised. Now, as I said, the most cricket happening in Kenya is in Nairobi, 99% you can say. Very rarely you will hear something coming from Mombasa contribution or from Nakuru. That 1% I give. Remaining everything comes from Nairobi. So their commitment is 100%, but our commitment from Cricket Kenya, as we promised to them, I would say became 0%. So the relations started getting worse from there. Yeah, but I really thank them. Still, they are still there to help us.
The NCCA pretty much runs majority of the cricket in the country. We have the weekly tournaments that those are being played, and I'm glad that you've come out openly to say that Cricket Kenya has failed to support NCCA. But could you tell us what is in the plan in terms of what you see now that you've been reinstated as chair? Well, how do you wish to help NCCA? Because I stand to be corrected here. I think last year, Kanbi Sports sent a few players for training to the Chennai Cricket Academy. It's an initiative that them as a cricket club took on their own. I would assume Cricket Kenya would be doing something sort of similar, where we mentioned earlier about development programs, or the development director should be coming out up front to say, okay, today we'll take 3 players to maybe go to the South African Cricket Academy for our players' betterment. So where is Cricket Kenya in this picture?
Yeah, here I'll simply say, as you said, about NCCA now, yeah. NCA, we as a Cricket Kenya, being a national body, actually we need them. It's not they not need us, they also need us in a certain help from us financially to support them. But now just imagine like AOS tournament we are going to have, yeah. We'll need NPCA. As I said, 99% cricketers comes from them. What if they say we are not going to release our players? Will that tournament happen? It will not happen. Believe me, it will not happen. And they have no any masharti saying that you must give us or whatever. It was our promises, which if we cannot give them something small like balls even, or empires, stand for empires facilitation or whatever. So believe me, it is us again we are failing. Yeah. So, but a good thing about NCCA, they are still there, they are still standing with us and supporting us. But I must admit that we are failing into facilitating them.
What is your plan to revive this relationship, and how does Cricket Kenya, as a senior body now, or the body overall for cricket, how does it plan to support NCCA?
Yeah, my plan.
You mentioned about the CKT20, but apart from that, on a weekly basis, or on a, like, let's say if you have a plan, how does Cricket Kenya support NCCA?
Okay, obviously to support or to get a support, we have to bring them on a board. And when I say on a board, doesn't mean in a political wise. In one of the subcommittee, as we already had, we need to bring them back. We need them. We need their experience. The way they are running, as I'm saying, they are doing too good job. So we need them on the board. We need them back. In any of a subcommittee. In fact, they are not even demanding to be a part of board. What they need to be a part of the system running around. And as you can see, cricket running here in Kenya from the council or from Nairobi only. So the experience they have all these years, the Super Leagues and the players comes from them. So it is us. We must bring them on one of the subcommittee. Yeah.
Can I sort of confirm that you as chairman is ready to support NCCA with the request that they could come up after this talk?
100%. And I am always been in touch with individually every one of them, and telling them the current affairs going on, individual interest, whatever. And you see, good thing about them, they are always positive. They are always positive. They call us, they tell us, okay, whenever you need us, we are always there to support, without any demands. So obviously, yes, as I'm saying, we are going to have our first meeting, our board meeting, since the co-opted members terms are expired. We have new co-opted board members. So that is one of the agenda there.
At 9:30, we want to wrap up this conversation all about Cricket Kenya that we have been having for this session of The Vibe. And now, there have been many comments that have come in from our listeners, Manoj, talking all about, yes, you've detailed the shortcomings that are currently in Cricket Kenya and all the issues that have arisen. Things like, okay, this happened, we were not aware, the chairman was not aware. The big question many are asking, will you be standing again in the upcoming elections?
I would like to come back, but I'm really not interested. I would like to come back, but not interested, as I don't belong from the political backgrounds. And the other reason is I believe in giving chances to people. So I might be there a part of a board member, like a vice chairman, but I will prefer to give somebody else a chance. Somebody like a Kennedy Obuya can come in, Tom Tikolo, whoever. But I will stand with them and give them a chance to come back. But frankly saying, I might not come. And the 4 years I've really missed my business also. There's another reason. Another thing is, what we need is really the politics to keep aside and think about our players, cricket in Kenya, and about nation. We have to think that. And for that, I really I appreciate our CS Sports Ministry. You will not believe, it is the first time since I become a chairman, whenever we have asked for them for a funding, they have never ever let us down. They have been funding us. Even ICC, they are really supporting us a lot, because Kenya is their favorite out of all the African countries. After South Africa, Zimbabwe, and I think the third favorite is Kenya. So they are even worried about what is currently going on. I am regularly in touch with the ICC officials. They are really not happy about what is going on in Kenya. So I really request our brothers and sisters who are there, leave politics aside and let's think about game of cricket. If you don't like Manoj Patel, even now I'm ready to step down, even now. But believe me, if that can bring our cricket back, I can even step down from tomorrow, together with all of us. Because the problem is, if they think problem is Manoj, who are they to decide? The problem is us. And if we are the problem, can we all step down and bring somebody else there? So that is, I can compromise from my side. That is, I'm telling through your channel. So I am not that greedy to come. Next time is too long. Election we have after the February. I am talking about tomorrow. I am ready to step down together with all the nonsense going on there. They should also step down. Let's give a chance. But there is not going to be a way forward. That will create. We are under control funding. We are in a problem. If we do that, that is another challenge. Now it will take us more and more time to get out of control funding. So let's finish our term. And we give other people a chance, and they will choose. I think that is my take. And finally, AOS, I really think AOS. I don't know what people are thinking about the allegations they are saying, and the same people who have given the approval. I really want to thank AOS to coming in this controversies going on. Believe me, it's really difficult to bring a sponsor currently in Kenya because of the situation and the internal politics going around. So somebody coming in as a AOS or whoever else, let's respect them and welcome them. Yeah, the ministry themselves, they had after our contract, they went to tourism ministry and the CS, and they have a blessing from our sports ministry. So are we taking ourselves above them, a sports ministry? because of individual interest we have. So I request to all my fellow friends, let's all get together, and it's a huge thing. It's not a small thing that chairman and the board can do this. I think we might need to hire different people from different countries to execute this tournament. This is a huge thing. Individuals cannot do, and this creates a job. I'm telling you, people will be happy. The players will be happy. What we are giving to the players is not enough. Believe it's a peanuts. If you think about 20 years ago, when our player used to come in a training, each and every player comes with their own car. Now our players are coming by matatus and boda bodas. Can you see? So, okay, we don't play. Our standard has gone down, so our funding has gone down. So these are the things which is bringing money in. And people, let them not think when it comes about money, is not money laundering and match fixing and whatever. It's a dirty mind, dirty thoughts of people they are thinking. Because there is a procedure which we are using. Even if it's not ICC sanctioned on this one, but ICC representatives will be there to monitor if any hanky-panky things are going on. Yeah. So forget our personal things. Let's shake and come under one roof and make this AOS tournament a successful. Yeah. And that will attract our country. Believe me, when we'll get even if X players retired, if Harbhajan comes or Ashwin comes, Suresh Raina comes, some Pakistani players comes, that is going to bring back the interest, and that is the main reason why we want this tournament before the sanctioned ones happens. So that is the reason. So guys, the simple my request is to Ungane, let's come under the same umbrella and we make this tournament successful and cricket live in Kenya.
Wow, Manoj, that is an absolute top. I mean, it's a brilliant statement you mentioned. You mentioned about Ravichandran Ashwin. Yeah. Just to inform you, he just signed for Sydney Sixers yesterday. So he'll become the first Indian to play for the Big Bash League. We don't have much time. I know there are so many questions that have come in. We've tried our level best to answer as many as we can. We thank all the listeners to have tuned into this intriguing interview of the chairman. What I'd like to mention is, look, Radio 44 is an open platform media that gives everyone an opportunity to discuss about subjects that matter to all of us. And the views for those who are interviewed and those who are interviewing, what we want to do is we are out there to support subjects that matter. If you have a different view from the rest of us, we are happy to accept that. But that's not our view. We are trying to bring this topic out so that people can hear what's going on behind the scenes, what's there in the future. And thank you for coming over and giving us your time. We appreciate that. As a cricket fan, all I want to wish is the betterment of the cricket in this country. We want to see the glory days back. The team that went on to the semi-final run in 2003, we want the youngsters to experience the hype, the love of the game once again. You mentioned about how players who are coming to training before to when they're coming now. We want that to be reversed, and we want cricket to be more of a fun game and let everyone come together, like you mentioned, and enjoy the game. Thank you so much.
Lastly, if you can finish about the rumors and the documents, do not concentrate. That's the reason I'm using your platform here, to take the official statements and not to concentrate on the gutter press. We call it a gutter press, which has no legs and heads. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right, it has been a conversation for the books. Cricket in Kenya, where it's at, where it's going, and what our hopes are for the future. Thank you for staying with us on Radio 44. Keep it with me. The music keeps flowing.